I'm here to talk to you today about how to get a cat out of a carrier. So we have Charlie in here. He's a pretty friendly cat, so I'm not anticipating him being difficult to get out. So I also have a stuffy to pretend to be our fractious cat. So first thing we want to do when we're letting or anytime we're opening up a carrier or a kennel door is to check all our exits. We want to make sure our windows and our doors are all closed, because we don't want the cat to escape, right? Sometimes cats are going to make a bolt out of this kennel, and they've been evaluating their surroundings. They know where they can go to try to get away. So we want to be careful about that. So I've checked my doors and windows, everything's all closed. Now I'm going to assess the cat. So I'm looking in, we can see he's poking his little fingers out of the kennel door. He's right up front, he's meowing. He seems like he wants out of this kennel. So I would assess this cat as being fairly friendly, and I'm not anticipating him being fractious. So what I can do is I can just open up the kennel door and I can let him walk out on his own. I'm going to give him plenty of time to come out. I can start giving him some pets, and once he's out I can just maintain him on the table. So it can be just that easy if you have a nice and friendly cat, right? So I'm going to let Charlie go now, and he can just jump down and do his thing. And I'll show you what we do if we have maybe a more scared cat. So now we have our little stuffy cat who's going to hang out inside the kennel. So again, my first step is I'm going to make sure my doors and windows are closed. Then I'm going to assess my pet. Looks like this cat's hiding at the back of the kennel now. I see his eyes look pretty dilated, and his ears are kind of pointing back a little bit, but not pressed all the way to his head. He's certainly cowering and trying to make his body look small. So that makes me think that he's probably feeling a little bit scared. So I can try the method I used with Charlie. I can open the door and see if he comes out. I can invite him out. Come on out, Charlie. You want to come out? I can try to entice him. I like to do this move, do a little kind of make it seem like you're playing with them. If you have treats, you could put some treats on the table. It seems like maybe he's still not wanting to come out. So I can try this method next. I could try to tip the kennel a little bit and see if he'll walk down to the front. Sometimes with a little bit of coaxing, the cat, well, don't shake the kennel for real. He's just a stuffy, so that's why I can't get him out. Often then, they'll get their little feet down and you're able to get them out of the kennel that way, okay? And then once they're out, then I'll get my hands on them and again, just keep them on the table with some pets. So that is a possibility. If that's not working, if the cat's still not getting out, I do not want to do this, okay? That is not exactly fear-free handling. We want to be much more gentle with our animals. If we forcibly remove them from their kennel, that's going to make them feel like these people are attacking me. And we don't want our animals to feel that way when they're in the clinic. So another method I can use is the good old just take apart the kennel. So I can twist all the little things here. It's always best if you do have cats coming in like a break apart kennel. Most of them do come apart, but sometimes people have them like zip tied together or something, and that's not great. So if we have a cat that's scared, so again, we've checked our doors and windows, we've assessed the cat and it's scared, we could just take that top off the kennel and just let the cat stay in the base. That is a completely acceptable way to restrain a scared cat. They feel like they're safe because they're still in their environment. The doctor will be able to do a physical exam. They'll be able to check the eyes and the ears and the mouth. They'll be able to check under the tail in here. They'll be able to give vaccines or injections or sub-Q fluids in here. We might not even have to take this cat out of this kennel at all. If we want to make him feel even more secure, we could even cover him up with a little blanket. Perhaps one that has some feel-away sprayed on there, because that'll help him to feel much more comfortable because of those pheromones, those cat-appeasing pheromones in there, right? So we can do that and just keep him steady in there by keeping a hand on him. Now, let's say that we have a Charlie in here that's fractious. He is really upset. So this is a two-person job, this one. And reassembling kennels, I always joke you need like an engineering degree for these. It's like you gotta line them all up properly, etc., etc. They're kind of a pain. Anyway, let's just pretend that this is completely assembled. So now, you know, I've checked my doors and windows. I've assessed my cat. Oh boy, this cat is fractious. I can hear him screaming. I can hear him hissing. He's maybe going at the door. This is a cat that's aggressive. So I'm not worried about opening up the door and trying to let him walk out. If he walks out, he's walking out to attack me. So I do not want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another person to help me with this. I don't have another person, so we're just going to fake it.
Well,
so,
I could help you.
I suppose you could. So I would wear gloves. Again, I don't have gloves, so I don't have them on to wear. So what I would do you want to be my helper? Okay, I'm going to lift you up on the table since you're kind of short. Okay, I'll tell you what to do, okay? So I've got Stanley, my vet assistant, here to help me. So I'm going to unrelease all the clasps on the kennel, but I'm not going to lift it up just yet. I'm going to give my assistant some instructions. So Assistant Stanley, can you please, when I tell you 1, 2, 3, lift, when I say lift, you're going to pick up this top, okay? And you're going to pick it up just a little bit, okay? You're just going to hold it like this, okay? And then when I say, okay, take it away, you're going to go like this. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so I given Stanley my instructions now. He's going to lift this up just a couple inches, and I'm going to feed this towel through. And then I'm going to tell him, okay, you can take the thing away, and he's going to lift it all the way up, and I'll be able to catch the cat, okay? So keep in mind, this whole time, this cat's like, in the kennel there, okay? So Stanley, can you lift this up just a little bit? Okay, so I feed this through, and then I say, okay, Stanley, go ahead, take it away. And then I can pin the cat right away. I want to be nice and fast about it. And then Stanley, you can take this door out too. I want to get that out of the way because I don't want any extra loose things hanging around and being in the way of my cat. So now I've got the cat pinned with a towel on top. I want to make sure I have make sure I have an awareness of where his head is. I can feel it. I can feel it even through the gloves where that head is. And then I've got this towel over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cinch this up nice close to my body. I'm going to get my hand and I'm going to scoop it underneath the cat, all at the same time keeping my hand over where I would do a scruff. I'm not scruffing this cat, however. And a pretty angry, aggressive cat, a scruff's not going to do anything but stress it out more. So I'm not really interested in scruffing this cat. I'm more interested in having a good, firm hand on him to keep that control. So again, assuming that I could do things in the kennel, I would just leave him in here. But let's say we need to get this guy out because we're going to give a sedation injection. Maybe we have to place an IV catheter or something like that. So I'm going to get my arm underneath, and remember, I'm wearing gloves. I'm going to get my arm underneath, and I'm just going to cinch him nice and close to me. I'm going to scooch that towel underneath, and I'm going to pick him up and out. I'm going to say, "Okay, Stanley, can you move the bottom of the kennel too?" Great. And then I'm going to set him on the table. See how I'm using my whole body for this? I'm getting him really nice and down. And then I'm able to keep that pin on him. So now we're able to move the towel to be able to access the hind end if we need to. If the doctor needs to see the front, we can do that as well. If we wanted to get a cat muzzle on or something, we could, okay? So now I've got that cat nice and secure. This isn't a cat I'm gonna bother doing a kitty burrito with. Good luck. You're not gonna be able to get this guy wrapped up. He's gonna be too fractious. But if we can just maintain a good hold with him with gloves for our protection and a towel for his protection and ours, we're gonna be able to handle this cat quite nicely. So those are our kind of 3 options for getting cats out of a kennel, or I guess 4 options, because one of them is just leave them in the kennel. So those are our options for, a carrier, getting a cat out of a carrier. So I wanted to talk too about, no, that's a different demo. Never mind. So that's how we get cats out of a carrier. If you do have any questions, make sure you do ask them in the virtual classroom or in the chat. Thank you so much.